a little late there. It's okay. What's going on, everybody? Welcome. I'm okay. Sorry, I got discombobulated. Welcome to episode 814. I'm discombobulated. It's the Penn State episode.
Central PA, baby.
814. That's State College, the Altoona area. Had friends that went to Penn State Altoona. It's almost Penn State. They would say.
Altoona?
Oh yeah, they got like 76 branch campuses. The branch campuses for Penn State out of control. So you could say, "Hey, I went to Penn State, Altoona," and it's like you kind of went to Penn State. It's the 814 area code. Shout out. And we may talk about Penn State. We try to avoid the topic altogether, but at times it does come up Penn State. But it's Fargo week. That's why we have David Bray on. He's all kinds of fired up. Actually, I don't know if he's more fired up for Fargo or this incredible road trip he's about to embark on with his family. Which
both.
Ben,
are you taking your family to Fargo?
You got to hear this. Listen to this.
No, it's easy. It's simple. First, we drive to Rapid City, South Dakota, where my wife is from.
From Texas.
From Texas. Okay. It's 19 hours, no problem. And then
easy
money. I leave them there. I get a rental car, drive to Fargo, which is this is a hop, skip, and a jump 8 hours away. Then
really from Rapid City?
Yeah, because it's opposite side of
where Rapid City is.
Opposite side of the state. It's like over there by Wyoming. And then go to Fargo. Then drive back 8 hours, no problem. Then spend a couple days there. Then drive down to Colorado Springs, where my parents live. Then we'll leave my kids with my parents in Colorado Springs, and then fly to Florida for the NWCA coaches convention. Talk to some D1 coaches, get some good interviews, and then fly back. And then all we got to do is drive home from Colorado Springs to Texas. It's just that simple.
So David Bray is not going to be home till August
first or second.
Yeah.
Wow, crazy. You know what? No, Rapid City, that is at least a nice side of South Dakota. So I was, before my 30s, I was on a mission to do all the national parks in the lower 48, which meant I do a couple of crappy ones in North and South Dakota. So one year I did them before Fargo with my wife. And most of South Dakota, South and North Dakota, pretty terrible.
Western South Dakota's good, right?
Small part of South Dakota was really cool.
Yes, the Black Hills, incredible. Putting a plug in for the Black Hills. If you're the problem is, like, there's no city close by. I mean, like, Minneapolis is probably, 7 hours away. Denver's like 6 hours away, 7 hours away.
Get your groceries.
Maybe go to Salt Lake City. You could probably get there in 10 hours. I don't know, but
I like the Buffalo. There's some Buffalo at, I think it was Custer State Park, maybe something like that. Yeah, and then I think it was Deadwood.
Yeah,
I think it was the name of the town, and Spearfish. That had a real cool feel to it. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good part of the. It's the best part of South Dakota.
I recently went skiing at Terry Peak.
Yeah,
wow,
Terry Peak's great.
I guess I'm the only one that hasn't been to South Dakota. I've been to South Dakota.
I did, however, find the Mount Rushmore to be underwhelming. I went there and I'm like, wait, that's it? I thought they were gonna be way bigger.
Yeah, it's not that big. It's a lot like what it looks like in a photo. It really is like yeah. It's like.
But usually that's not the case. Usually a photo is underwhelming as compared to the real thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad to get this information before I book a trip to Mount Rushmore.
Don't do it, Christian.
But as much Mount Rushmore content as we do, it seems like I should probably go.
Yeah, I think we got Mount Rushmore Mayhem coming up sometime in the next 12 months.
Oh, that's coming up?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is that an event?
Yeah.
In the next 12 months.
Is he real? Is he being serious? Are you being serious?
Oh, yeah, that's an event. That's a real event.
One of these days, Ben, we're going to have an ultimate bracket of the wrestling tournament names. And maybe we'll involve grappling.
I don't know if you can handle all that alliteration.
There are some good ones. The St. Valentine's Day Massacre comes to mind. Second annual. But there's a lot of good ones.
Oh, yeah.
And maybe one day we'll do it.
Maybe Melee till midnight. I don't know.
I can imagine some of the partners may not find the same humor in it as we do, but that's okay.
I just found with Shadron, didn't one of you guys go to school at Shadron State? Someone at Flo?
I would never.
No, I don't know what that is.
Nebraska County regularly competes against Shadron State.
Yeah,
but it's not that big of a competition. Am I right, JD?
That's blowout.
Blowout city for the Lopes. Okay, so Fargo, biggest Fargo ever, David? Is that the case? Biggest Fargo ever? They're adding mats.
Yes, they added a couple
How?
mats.
Because last year they had way less strict qualification procedures because of Corona. I mean, I think that was 2 extra people per weight class, I believe.
But remember, like Illinois brought like almost nobody because their season was just like
Really?
Remember they
because
had their
their
like
folk style season like ended in like May or something.
Yeah, it was June actually.
Yeah, and I think there was other stuff like that. But if you look at before that, in like 2019 was the biggest Fargo ever, and I think participation was up in 2018.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
it's been consistently up. I
Plus,
just thought
especially
last
look
year,
at the women grow every year, so that's a big benefit as well.
Yeah.
No, I thought because last year they reduced the qualification standards. So I thought the bigger teams like Wisconsin and Minnesota, probably Iowa, would have taken a handful more people because of that. So how big is it this year?
Well, did they put those restrictions back on this
They
year?
did,
or
yeah,
is it-
they did.
Okay.
For sure.
Yeah. I think we may be over 6,000 participants this year. It's looking like that. We're on pace. You obviously, you never know until everybody weighs in and the brackets are drawn. But yeah, we're moving up. Last year, the girls between the 2 girls divisions broke 1,000 participants. So that's looking like it's going to continue to go up. So yeah, I think Spey wrote an article about it. He says we're tracking for a 10 to 20% bump in numbers.
Dang.
So if that's true, then we're not only going to clear 6,000, but we could be looking at like between 6,500 and 7,000 participants.
My gosh.
Crazy.
And it's, what is a participant is a little bit tricky for Fargo because a lot of people wrestle 2 divisions. A lot of the 16U girls also wrestle junior, and a lot of freestyle wrestlers also go Greco. So it's not actual human beings, but it's number of registrations for the event.
Oh, that's what I want to know. The number of human beings.
Well,
Count the human beings.
there's, but what is a human being? It's hard.
That is true.
Oh my goodness. They were just discussing this, Joe Rogan and Mark Andreessen, discussing AI yesterday. I thought it was pretty fascinating.
Oh my gosh.
That's
Let's bring Joe
episode,
Rogan.
That stuff all freaks me out. Yeah, we couldn't squeeze
1840,
Joe in
I
today.
think it was.
We had to send Joe home. He was waiting
doesn't
to
know
come
enough
on,
about
but
wrestling.
he doesn't know enough about Fargo, so we had to send him back. We're going to try to fit him in at some point. It's not going to be easy. Mike Musumeci, do you know who that is, Ben? He's on Rogan.
I know he's one of your grappling guys.
Yeah, should be out this week.
Nice.
Anyway, enough of that. Bray, for the college fans, those are the uninitiated, those are not on the Ben, JD, Bray level. More me. What are the biggest weights we should be most excited about? What are the storylines for Fargo that I should be interested in?
So Fargo, I mean, if you don't know, it's 7 days of wrestling. We're gonna have 6 days of finals, and it starts off with the 16U. So the young prospects between 16U and junior, if you're a college fan, you should keep an eye on. Go look at the big board. Keep an eye on the people who are on that big board who are also wrestling in Fargo, because recruiting is opened up, especially for the 2024 class. JD, John Kozak, and I have been talking to some of those recruits, and some of them are going to be in the mix at Fargo. Some good weights there, and the junior is where you're going to see the commits, the guys that are already locked in for your college programs.
And a decent amount of graduated seniors participating this year compared to normal, I feel like.
Yeah, a whole bunch. So
yeah, I mean that's kind of when it used to be everyone did it.
Mm-hmm.
If we're talking 10 to 20 years ago, but it has become more and more thin as more and more colleges are. I don't want to say requiring, but they're expecting their graduating seniors to come to college. So like Clayton
You get to
Whiting,
campus in May or June. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, he went to college in June and he's not going to Fargo. But
Yeah.
we have a guy, Cash Stewart. He went to Cal Poly and he is able to go back, for example.
yeah, some states really seem to emphasize that. So Iowa gets most of their best guys, back on the team, and a lot of those are wrestlers who have already begun training at their respective colleges. So, but yeah, I mean, a few weights. If we want to take a look at some deep ones, 113, 16U should be a lot of fun. Anthony Knox really made a name for himself here last year. He won Fargo. He got the golden ticket, then went on, had a great year. Won at Who's Number One, won Super 32. He'll be back, and he's got some pretty tough guys in the mix there, 4 other ranked guys. But I think Anthony Knox is probably the talk of 113. I do know that Bo Bassett, who he wrestled in the Super 32 finals, is registered at 120. And I kind of wonder if he'll think about going down to 113. Knox did that for Super 32. He was registered at 13, and then like the week of the event announced that he was going down to 106, really specifically to wrestle Bo Bassett. That we did see that final. So I kind of wonder if Bassett's going to return the favor. Nobody's, I haven't heard that officially.
Can you change weights close to Fargo? Like, is there a cutoff date to change?
I know last year some guys went up going into Fargo, so I'd be surprised if you couldn't change weights and go down. Yeah.
I mean, there is a time at which you have to lock it in, but yeah, I don't know if it's this early. Yeah. Wait, so this Barrett kid it says from Colorado, but you said you wrestled at
120. Yeah, Fargo 16U 120 is really interesting because you've got 3 guys that are ranked: Dragon Oreen, Marcus Blaze, and Leo DeLuca. DeLuca won Fargo last year at 16U, but then you've also got 3 of the middle school guys who are going to be in high school coming up. Bo Bassett and Sam Herring wrestle at Bishop McCourt currently. Tommy Verrett was at Bishop McCourt in the fall. He's now in Colorado. And so we could see scraps that normally you only get to see in the room going down here in Fargo. And that could create some really interesting drama there. It's just, a lot of familiarity. All 3 of those guys were on the same team this year. So that's one that I think pretty interesting to see. The other 16U bracket that has names that probably a lot of people are familiar with is 132. 3 ranked guys there. Maddox Shaw, he's stud freshman from Pennsylvania. He had a great year. Tyson Charmoli from Minnesota and Brock Mantanona from California, all ranked. And
shout out Brockman.
Brockman, I mean, a couple of the Mantanona men will be there. Brock Mantanona and Bo Mantanona is going to be up at the junior division, but yeah, those are some good ones to check out at 16U. Ben, I know we talked, a week or 2 ago about Wisconsin, but now that it's getting closer, how are you feeling about the 16U group?
I'm stoked. Well, I would say our junior division might be better than our 16U, although our 16U did we made the cadet finals. A lot of good guys. We just had that Fargo prep camp. I posted a couple videos from it. All of our guys training together. I'm excited like everyone else. This is like one of the most fun tournaments of the year. So can't wait to get there and mix it up.
I saw you had Coach Schwab there. Do you have anyone else?
We got 6 college coaches. So you know what? I was talking to Coach Eggum and Bramvold, and Minnesota showed up with the whole staff. It was amazing. We had Coach Schwab came. We had Coach Poeta came. Coach Storniolo. It's weird sometimes calling these guys like Coach whatever because I grew up with them.
Yeah.
So that is kind of strange sometimes. Jake Soufflone came from Purdue, and then Nick Becker, who's the head coach at Parkside, where we hosted the camp, was the other session. So we had 6 sessions. It was awesome.
That's great.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, 16U is gonna be fun, but I mean juniors, especially if you're a college fan, like juniors, that's the meat and potatoes. That's like these brackets are insane. 120 is like the top level talent at 120 is pretty incredible. Nate Jezeroga, Iowa commit. He'll be a senior next year. Braden Davis, he's a Penn State commit. He's number 3. He's going to be a senior next year. And Caden Horwath, also going to be a senior next year, a Michigan commit. Those guys are 1, 3, and 5 in the country. So,
my gosh,
golden ticket implications at this weight class. And I mean, 120. Then you go beyond that and look at the guys that are potential of pulling upsets. It's crazy.
For sure.
What'd you say, Ben?
It's really deep. It's really deep past that. I mean, we look through the honorable mentions, but the Lauritsen, I don't think you said his name, is number 6. He's had some really good results at UWW Cadets. Kilkiri's obviously had some really good results. So, that
I'm
bracket
surprised to
is
see
super deep.
Vinny at 15. Obviously, I've been aware of his name for some time, but seeing him down at 15 surprising.
A couple reasons. I mean, for one, that bracket is just, or that weight class is very, very deep. He takes losses though. Kilkiri takes risks, and sometimes that means losses for him. He is at NHSCA duels. He lost to Tyler Knox, and that kind of stuff happens from time to time for him. But that weight, there's not a huge difference between like number 6 and number 20, for example. So 15 probably feels worse than it is in that case.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, pretty crazy.
26 to me is equally as good. I know the top couple aren't there, but There are some guys who spent time near the top of the rankings, so that's a really fun weight class too.
126. Yeah, I mean, look at this. Number 19, Adrian Meza. He's like the 8th or 9th lowest ranked guy in this weight. He won Fargo last year. It's crazy. Mason Gibson is, he's ranked 7th in the country at 120. He's in the mix. Cale Peterson, Aiden Valencia, Drew Gorman, Nicola Rivera, Gable Porter, all top 10 in the country. Wow. This is one that it could go so many different ways. Anybody from Peterson to Meza could win this weight, and it wouldn't surprise me at all.
And it's kind of similar. I know we're hopping around a bit, but 195 is super deep in terms of
crazy.
Ranked kids too. But I feel like at 195, there's a clear 1, 2, 3 guys who are probably the favorite. At 126, like you said, there are 8 guys who legitimately could win, and it would not be very surprising.
Yeah, I mean, the wins in this bracket it's crazy. Like Nicola Rivera, he's number 9, but he had a win over Nate Jezeroga this year, who's number 1 at 120. Drew Gorman is, young guy from Georgia. He'll be a sophomore next year. He's got a win over Mason Gibson this year. So I don't know what's going to happen because all these guys are really good, but they're also somewhat vulnerable. Nobody here has just kind of been the guy over and over yet. So don't know what's going to happen at 126, which makes it really fun.
Yeah, for sure.
132 is another one where you got 4 guys in that weight that are ranked in the top 4 in the country. And I really don't know for sure what's going to happen here.
How do we got 2 number 3s right now? Someone's at the wrong weight class or something?
Yep. Yeah, so Corey Land's ranked at 126, but he's wrestling 132. Cale Hughes and Cannon Webster. Cale Hughes, Cannon Webster, Vincent Robinson all met at junior duels. Hughes beat Webster there, so that's why he's up to number 2. But another weight where I don't know what's going to happen. It could be any one of those guys. I kind of think Corey Land probably is the favorite, just given his
really
his
Junior Hodge winner.
He did win the Junior Hodge. He's just his freestyle and Greco.
He won the Junior Hodge, Ben.
Stop!
Don't take it from him.
I know what you're trying to do right here.
No, he did. He did win it.
Listen, I know he won the damn award. Christian's trying to make the point that he may not have been the most deserving, given the fact that if you look at Flo's pound for pound right now, I don't believe he's very near the top.
Well, those would be your words.
No, those are facts. He's not near the top.
You're right.
Okay. So I think, Hughes had a really good junior duels. Webster always impresses me also. He's been really good. The Grigor kid from California, I guess I've seen some performances on both sides. But he's had some really impressive things. I think it was UWW Cadets. He looked really good in the few matches I watched. And then,
dude, no, it was UWW Juniors.
Juniors, yes.
He was fifth at UWW Juniors. Yeah, that kid Grigor Chalakian, in freestyle and Greco season, his ranking goes up, and then folk style, it's I don't think is probably his first style, but freestyle and Greco, he does really well. He was fifth at UWW Juniors, which is, man, that's very tough to do. Especially, he's just a sophomore. He's gonna be a junior in high school next year.
Yeah, and then I'm biased, but I think Grayson Clark. He took a few losses to highly ranked guys at junior duels, but I think he's got a lot of really good freestyle skills, so he can do well too.
Cale Hughes had himself on the opposite. He had himself at junior duels, and I think that's probably why he's all the way up at number 2. Yes, David?
Yes. Yeah, he beat Omar Ayab, Evan Frost, and then Cannon Webster was the biggest win. So he moved from 8 to 2, and a lot of parity at this weight. But yeah, Cale Hughes is wrestling really well right now, and so this is gonna be a fun one. Man, there's so many good weights of this in juniors.
Well, here's what I want to know, David.
Yeah,
where are you looking? What weights have golden ticket implications? That's what I want to know about.
All right,
who's number 1?
Because because so we can see the rankings, right? But we can't see which one's on here, and I definitely don't have them memorized. Which ones are seniors, so which ones are out after this year? Because I believe post Fargo, you guys take all the seniors out on the rankings, correct or no?
Yep, exactly. So there are big time implications for who's number one. I mean, 113, 16U, Knox is ranked number one, so he gets it done. He's in, right? If he wants the spot, he's got it. 120, Jezroga's number one. If he wins, he's in. 26 is a weight where a lot of the seniors, are gonna come out of there, and so they're definitely 26 definitely could be some golden ticket implications. A lot of these weights, really, honestly, 32 definitely. Nick Bouzakis is number one, so if he comes out, then it's like Hughes and Webster are currently the next two guys. 38
26,
is
almost the top three are all seniors at 26.
Yep. 38 is another one where Mendez and Crookham are going to come out. So Nasir Bailey's the next gap. He won Fargo last year, and if he does it again, right, he's going to be kind of the next guy in there. One thing that's going to be really fun at 138, when Spey pulled this all-ranked list, Emilio Isaguirre was not in the bracket, and he's obviously not a who's number one contender because he's going to Arizona State next year. But that was the Fargo final last year, so that one could be super fun. But yeah, definite who's number one implications at 38. Not at 45. The top guys aren't there. They're wrestling in the U17 World Team. 52 with Chittum.
45.
Yeah,
Kasich and Adams
and Joel Adams. Yep.
Dang, but so I guess they were the cadets. Has Caleb Larkin lost to those dudes, or why is he ranked below? Because Caleb Larkin was junior division, correct? UWW junior. Oh, he's graduating. I'm an idiot.
Yeah,
never mind.
He's graduating. Okay. But yeah, so no implications at 45. 52. Chittum's right now the next guy up. Next guy ranked below him is Meyer Shapiro. He's not wrestling at Fargo,
That's
but.
Fun. And Joe Seeley. That's somewhere you guys feel like you guys should do a three-way round robin or something.
I wonder about that. I also think Joe Seeley may be moving up to 160.
Okay.
But even then, I mean, if Seeley's up at 60, look at the group there. I mean, you've got Angelo Ferrari is going to be number one. He's not going to Fargo. Nico Ruiz,
it feels like he hasn't wrestled in anything lately.
He hasn't wrestled in a little bit. He's been. I got a chance to talk to him about his recruiting process, and he's like. He's super focused on lifting right now. It's what he wants to do. He loves to lift.
Shocking.
He's got it. He told me he's got his deadlift up to 455. So
he's got a ways to go.
He's got a little ways to go.
Wait. So when's the last thing he wrestled in? Because obviously I know he had a good Super 32. I'm biased here. I'm looking for my guy Scholes to move up a little bit.
Scholes has a big opportunity to move up.
Scholes had a great. Junior duels, except he got stepped over on a gut by someone. He beat 4 ranked dudes, but he got stepped over on a gut by someone who wasn't all that great.
We should ban that.
Did he get? Yeah, he. Is that what they got? They got reached back, right, when he tried the gut.
He stepped over him. If I remember correctly.
Yeah.
That was a long loss. So, when was the last thing that Ferrari wrestled in?
So the last thing Ferrari wrestled in, I think, was the Oklahoma State tournament. He had the benefit. He had the benefit of being in.
It was crazy at Oklahoma.
Crazy. John Wiley and Jordan Williams.
Yes.
Which, dude, that's insane. But yeah, no, he hasn't competed since then.
Someone asked Keith Gothard, not just someone. Keith. He says, "What's up with the Ferraris in Stillwater? In your rumors, you talked to Anthony recently, right?
Talked to Angelo, yeah.
Angelo, okay.
Yeah, I mean, the Ferraris they're not planning on leaving Stillwater anytime soon. Angelo's pumped about the team there. That team, Stillwater High School, has just continued to get more move-ins and get deeper and deeper. AJ Heeg is moving in. He's an OU commit, but going to Stillwater High School next year. And then Barrett Jordan defecting from St. Paris Graham.
Barrett Jordan, he's been everywhere because wasn't he Arizona kid?
Yeah, he's from Arizona.
Is he really still at 106?
He hasn't competed above 106, but he will be moving up.
That's crazy because I remember during the Corona duel, we hosted that tournament during Corona. It was like the first one back. And he kicked one of our 106-pounders' butts who was pretty good. And I was like, damn, who the heck is this kid? He's freaking good. And then, sure enough, I think he did well at Super 32 after that or something like that. But I mean, we're almost 2 years later, and he's still at like 106. It's crazy.
Yeah. Probably hit him with that carry. He's got a really good.
He's got a
Yes.
good carry.
He does.
Yeah.
He went 113 for Super 32 last year, but then he dropped back down to 106 for the Ohio season.
That's a rare move. Normally you see the bigger cuts for Super 32, then you go up for in season.
Yeah.
This day before at Super 32.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
like the opposite.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had a few people texting me, Christian, said, like, if Piles thinks he can do mat side wins, I'd like to see him run a tournament.
Okay. Yeah. It would not
Tournament
be
director Piles.
honestly the feedback for that was like so overwhelmingly positive. I was
Yeah.
really surprised. It
If
was
there's
like,
if there's any tournament to try it out, it's Fargo.
yeah, that'd be the easy one to start with. I mean, I just think there's a total lack of imagination or such low self-esteem and belief in yourself if you don't think you can pull this off.
Yeah.
Hey, Bray, didn't Skull just beat up on Ruiz at juniors, or who am I forgetting? I can't freaking remember what the.
No, Skulls beat at
Mason
juniors.
Gibson. Oh, Ruiz
beat-
lost to Mason Gibson. Oh, move Ruiz down.
Well, and I know
And then
I know
Skulls tech called Mason Gibson, or
no,
not
Eric,
Mason.
Eric Gibson.
Yeah.
But
Eric
yeah,
Gibson.
but look, here's the problem though. Nico Ruiz also at the same tournament he beat Aiden Riggins, he beat Derek Fields. Like so, it's
that
one
was
of
the
those things.
wrestlebacks, bro. You count those. My guy makes the finals. You got to move up.
Well, no, I don't. That's just.
What do you mean no? He made the finals. The other guy did.
He didn't
He
wrestle.
tech-balled the.
He didn't wrestle the guys that
Eric
are ahead of him.
Gibson. We tech-balled Eric. Listen, it's not his fault that Nico Ruiz lost first round, and then he tech-balled the guy that Nico Ruiz lost to. That's
Yeah.
not his fault. How
That's-
you hold that against?
I'm not. I'm just trying to look at the whole picture, right? Because look at the. I mean, so talking about Ruiz, he's got the wins over Aiden Riggins, Derek Fields in that event. Then
That was because he was in the wrestlebacks.
then he beat Derek Fields again. Previously at juniors, he's also got wins this year over guys like Kilich. He's got 2 wins this year
little guy.
over 2 wins
Oh,
this year over Joe Seeley. Like just complete.
That's a pretty good win.
Yeah, two pretty good 2 wins. So
2 wins.
Yeah.
He did get whooped by Mitchell though. At it wasn't very competitive at Journeyman.
Congrats on your Pan Am gold, by the way.
Yes.
Hey, listen, that tournament was not very competitive. I watched it. This is
USA
not- this is
every
not good wrestling.
men's freestyle medal, gold medal.
32 and
Not
0.
good. It was not
32
good
and
wrestling,
It's a
guys.
shocker.
I wish I would have paid attention to how many matches went the full 6 minutes. I don't know if it was any.
Not a lot. Yeah, it was not a lot. A very small number.
Do you make Mitchell grow his hair like you?
I don't.
do
I'm
you
convinced
do-
he
why
might
do you
be
do that?
getting a perm. I don't know what his deal is.
You don't know? Ben,
No,
this
I'm
is
not
this
sure.
is how it starts. You know,
Actually, I just looked at it
You
today
brainwashed
and I
him.
thought,
Kale
holy
Kale
crap.
has a whole bald coaching staff almost, except for Cody. He's the defiant one. So now are you? Because we all know you want that Kale secret sauce. Are you having your
Okay.
best wrestlers emulate your hair?
Well, Keegan. That means Keegan needs to get a perm too.
Well, and I'm not saying, but
I
I
had this
heard
one
he had
other
an
kid named
internship at
Joe
a
Banks,
salon.
Nice curly bunch of locks, but no, I don't think. No, we don't have that many guys who have curly hair, unfortunately.
Okay.
Kekaisen's going to be the one that looks really different when he gets
Yeah, if he's
gonna look like Kale a little bit.
he's fighting an uphill battle. to get
Oh,
the-
Parker,
to
we
the-
love you, buddy. We're sorry.
Listen, Parker could
sorry
clear
for
out
Chris.
this whole room in about 5 seconds. He's the man.
That's funny.
It is indeed.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so you're gonna move Skulls up, and Ruiz down.
We're moving
Well,
skulls up.
well, here's the thing. That bracket is, or that weight is one where, like, a 4-man might make sense if Seeley moves up too. You know, that's a good weight. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Fargo.
Riggins. That weight's not that deep actually. At
No,
Fargo.
because
I'm
it's gonna be
looking at it.
gonna be after the seniors come out. It's gonna be like the top 4 in that weight would be right now. Ferrari, Ruiz, Seeley, Skulls would be the top 4. That'd be pretty good.
Yeah,
So we'll
there's
see.
and there's not that many at Fargo. It's only Ruiz, Riggins, Skulls, Abden, Schubert, and Michelson.
Yep,
the only ones
and you
going
got a couple
Fargo, so-
seniors in there with Riggins and Abden, so
Yeah.
they'll be out. 70 has who's number 1 implications for sure. Right now, the number 1 guy is not going to be there. Braden Thompson had a great spring. He didn't have a ton of high school results because he was wrestling on the senior level for a lot of it, and then made the junior world team. So he's going to junior worlds instead of Fargo, which I think is a pretty good substitute. But Rocco Welsh and Josh Barr are both going to Fargo, and so Welsh I think has gotten the better of that one in the past, but that could be that could set the stage for who's number one for sure.
Yeah,
right.
That would
Yeah.
A lot of
deep
Fargo
also.
heat.
Dude, it's gonna be awesome.
Ben, any special call outs for AWA or any special predictions?
Yeah, I already talked about all my guys that I don't want to call them out specific. If we were talking about their weight class, I talked about them, and if not, then
I get
we'll
it.
just leave it at that. Yeah.
You don't want to put pressure on the kids, so why don't you just tell us?
No, I don't want to start calling some of them out and say they do well, and then forget about other people because there's a lot of them. So I'm sure I'll do that. So I don't want to do that.
Well, why don't
I'm
you just
excited.
tell us?
Go Pete.
Just tell us which ones are your favorite. just do that.
That's a good one.
Okay. All right. I guess he's not. Kind of evasive.
Well,
Ben
hold on.
Askren.
Let me ask you this one.
All right.
We'll talk about two highly ranked guys. If Mirasola beats Rogotsky and Sinclair wins, can we do an all AWA who's number one?
Man, what's the history between Sinclair and Rogotsky? That's the question.
They've never competed, I don't believe, because he's young. He's still 16U.
I know.
Dude, he's a puppy. What a beast.
It's crazy. Yeah, we were looking at
He'll be a junior this year?
Yeah.
He's young for his grade.
Oh my gosh.
We don't do those Pennsylvania holdbacks or Ohio or a lot of those other eastern states.
I don't think it's any particular state that's a
It is. It's geographic specific.
really.
But he's
sure.
not
100%. Yes.
he's not just not held back. He's also also young for the grade because we
young
were
for his grade and not held back. Yes.
we were looking at the guys on the big board like in the top 30 for the class of 2024 who are going to be in Fargo, and only two of them of the guys that we haven't talked to yet about the recruiting, only two of the guys that are going to be there are in the 16U division. He's one of them.
Who's the other one? Out of curiosity.
Brock Mantanona.
Oh, nice.
Brockman.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. How dedicated is he to winning if he doesn't hold himself back?
That's the question.
That's where I'm at with this Aiden Sinclair fella. Okay. Well, let's move on from Fargo. I'm sure we'll talk more Fargo. David will be there. When do you get there, David? When do you start your trek?
I start my trek tomorrow, but we get there. I'll get there Friday.
Friday.
I'll be there Friday, ready to react to some brackets.
Okay. Just in time for that. Ben, when do you get there?
Let's see. So I go Thursday. So Thursday morning I go to the Wisconsin camp, so I can't be on the show. And then I think we go Friday because the cadets go Friday because they weigh in Friday night and then they wrestle Saturday morning. Yeah, so Friday.
Copy. Okay.
Hey, before we jump off Fargo train, I gotta make sure I point out I got my 2002 Team Colorado Fargo warm up on here because I was.
Wait, let me see this.
Look at this, baby.
That drip goes crazy.
You could probably trade that for crazy money out there by the singlet traders.
Gosh.
I remember I talked to this guy on my college team when I got to college. Like, hey man, did you get cool stuff when you were in Fargo? He's like, no, only the terrible kids did that. I was busy wrestling in the metal match. I'm like, oh crap.
But
I traded so many singlets, bro.
Really?
Yeah.
What was the best one you got?
Yeah. Dude, it's been so I gave them all. It's one of those things where I gave them all away because I got this bad habit of like I hate keeping stuff. I'm like an anti hoarder.
Oh wow.
And now
really?
I hate it. My wife gets so mad at me. Like anytime, say she takes the kids to Kansas City, like she didn't see her grandpa. I'm just throwing stuff away. Hoping she doesn't notice.
Wow. I love it.
I got one.
Come to my house.
I got one when I traded for a Team Texas one back then, and it had that like the actual like Texas Longhorns logo on the back, like huge. Definitely, they did not get a licensing agreement. They just did
good.
it.
So good old days.
I got one of those. I think that might have been my favorite.
There was some way more. So I feel like there wasn't as much regulation around singlets back in the day, so you saw a lot more. Flamboyant outfits.
Oregon got
Oregon
in trouble.
blew it up.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Why?
It was there was innuendo on their single.
There was?
Yeah, it was like 2014 or 15.
Oh, I'm talking like my era. Oregon had some really cool singlets, like 2001, 2, 3, those years.
Yes.
Here's this. Bill Crum. This will be my 44th juniors. I might have a shirt from 1977.
Wow.
What a beast.
I would love to see it.
Yeah, if you can find that, bring it
He's
to
even
Fargo.
got Jason Bryant, Pete.
Got him crushed. Not even close.
Gotta have the crush. Jason Bryant's not even 44, I don't think.
Ben, you remember back then the Hawaii singlets, the floral print? Everybody wanted one of those.
Oh, those are sick. Yeah,
and
when
they're
Travis Lee won.
Yeah, and there were only like 10 guys on the team, so like you had to really,
done.
to land one of those, you had to be like on it.
Bill definitely won't fit me. Well, 44 years. That's a long time.
Yeah.
Shout out to you. I do have a hard time getting rid of like I can't get rid of like Buffalo Gap shirts. I just can't bring myself to do it.
Christian, come on, dude.
I have a very specific hoarding.
So if you actually look at my closet, I'm trying to get my wife to get rid of some stuff. But so we have a relatively large size closet, but then on the one
Flex.
wall, there's a shelf, right? And there, it's a thing. There's a whole bunch of shelves.
I'm aware
So
of what a
you
shelf
have
is.
all
Yeah.
this hanger space here and here and here. You have all these hangers. I have 0 of it. I only have. So I used to have 4 shelves, right? And now my wife started invading. I literally have 2 shelves of clothes. That's
What do you
all
put?
I
Where
own
do you
in
keep
whole
on the
world.
shelves?
I have T-shirts on one shelf, and then the other shelf I have some shorts, and then I only wear one pair of jeans. So some people try to roast me, and they're like, "Are you always wearing those jeans?" I'm like, "Yeah, because I only own one pair of jeans. What are you gonna do about it?" And then I own 2 pairs of sweatpants.
You only have 2 pairs of sweatpants.
That's it, 2 pairs, and then I have 3 pair. I have 3 pairs of Rudas. Rudas had the nice. I don't recall what they're called, but they were gray shorts, and I'm like, I like these, so I'm gonna take a couple of them. So I took a couple of them when I was at the Rudas headquarters back in like 2015, and then those low lifes at Rudas, they never made anymore. I'm like, guys, listen, I don't buy clothes, so I'm so reliant on you guys to make me clothes. But also, they don't make sweat shorts. So actually, for my first clothing purchase in many years, I had my wife buy me some sweat shorts because UFC gave us some when we were with them, and they were very comfy, and they had pockets, so I could wear them around casually. Because my Rudas workout shorts don't have pockets, so I can't take them places.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of the sweatshirt.
You'd be amazed
So-
what JD can do with a pair of sweatpants and,
Oh,
and a
yeah.
pair of scissors.
I've been trying to get Rudas to make sweatshorts, and they won't do it. I don't know what their
JD
problem
just takes
is.
the
They make
scissors to him.
sweatpants. They make sweatshorts.
JD takes the scissors to him, and they're good to go.
Ben,
Then you look all trashy though because they don't have the hemmed bottoms.
listen.
That's not going to stop him.
That's his aesthetic. He looks. I
It's called fashion. Look it up.
I let this guy in. I let this guy into the office today. I said, no, the construction project's two down. And then it was JD, and I had no idea. Yeah, he's got the work boots and everything. It's gonna be like 107 today, and JD's wearing jeans.
Well, I rode the bike this morning.
He rode
so.
the hog.
The hog.
as it were. We're still one day gonna have you ride that into the studio. Maybe on like we need like a last day of school type of scenario when we just don't have any reason to care about something. So
Right.
It's a long time coming. Keith Gothard says he doesn't even own a pair of jeans. So,
Wow.
he's got even Ben beat.
Keith Gothard strikes me as one of those guys who will wear shorts
Wears
even
shorts
in the middle
all
of
year
winter.
round.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's a Kyle Bradke.
Yeah.
And I know he's a big guy. He's a heavyweight fan. A lot of times it's the big guys that just short it up.
They
year
can't
round.
have their calves restricted. They hate it. They hate it more than anything. They
But
need their
you guys
knees to
They're
don't
like
actually
Dwight
have
Schrute with the
winter.
sleeves.
Yeah.
Keith's got a
you guys-
mail route. You want him to deliver mail in something other than government issue shorts? Get out of here.
Yeah, beat it, nerds. Not wearing jeans. I like that Ben called his sponsor Lowlifes. That was one
They
among the
won't make
wilder
me
moves.
sweat shorts. I
don't
haven't
make-
known you- Hey, listen. You know what? Last time
They should get into the mass production of sweatshorts.
You didn't write that into your
for one
contract?
person.
Me. I was there.
gotta redo
I
that
was there
contract.
I was there in October at the Rudas headquarters, and I was complaining because they hadn't made casual sweatpants yet. And I've been bugging Jesse forever. Like, Jesse, make me some, not the ones with the tight ankles for working out. I need some casual sweatpants. Listen, I want to wear Rudas. All my clothes. underwear, socks, all Rudis. Just make me some sweatpants. I don't want to buy any clothes.
Do they make
And-
underwear?
Yeah, they're really comfy. They did a good job, and they actually have really comfy socks right now too. P.S. And they have running shoes. They also haven't made my flip flops yet.
Yeah,
They
those are
made
tough.
they made some slides.
I don't
not
think
flip flops.
I don't think the kids are wearing flip flops these days.
I think-
Well,
I
they
think
need
that's
to
a
be. They need
that's
to
a big obstacle.
I think those
Hold
are
on,
probably
I had a story here.
Okay, sorry.
Oh,
I had a
yeah.
story here. You guys, so then they're like, well, hey, just go do this photo shoot or something on whatever. We were hanging out, and he's like, okay, hey, go do this photo shoot or whatever. You got to do something, So I wander in there in the photo shoot booth, right? And then they have like a couple racks of clothes. I start digging through, and I'm like, wait, these are sweatpants with a pocket. They look real casual. And I asked the person, and they're like, oh yeah, we make those. I'm like, how come Jesse didn't tell me they make those?
Oh,
And so then
what's he hiding?
I found both pairs they had, and I took them. I didn't even ask any questions. I just put them in my backpack. I'm like, I'm gonna take both of these.
This is the entitlement of celebrity in America. Today. They just see something and they assume it's theirs to take.
Well, listen, Jesse didn't even know they existed. So then if I took them, he wouldn't know they're gone because he didn't know they existed in the first place.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
harm, no foul.
But they were really comfy. They were very, very comfy. So I was so happy that they made them, even though they didn't know they made them.
They didn't even
That's-
know.
yeah,
They accidentally produced sweatpants.
That's the law. If the inventory is off, then it's open season for shoplifting.
Yep, that's it.
Yep.
I might get the cops might knock at my door later because I'm publicly admitting to shoplifting here.
You are. And now we're gonna get into an interstate situation because it's Ohio.
Yeah.
And you're transporting across state lines, and also,
Is this a felony?
What's the statute of limitations on stealing sweatpants from your sponsor? That's the question.
This is true.
I wouldn't worry about the flip flops. The R&D phase on flip flops is really long, so I bet those are in the works.
Yeah.
I just need them to do a merger with the company Toehold that makes my flip flops. I need them to do a merger and buy, an acquisition of Toehold, move Toehold guys into the Rudis headquarters.
You have a specific brand of flip flop?
Oh yeah, he's got.
Yeah,
he's
Toehold
very
makes all my.
extra.
They make. Yeah, I'll show you. Are you at Fargo? I'll show you. They're really
I'll be at
sick.
Fargo.
Yeah.
Not till
Yeah,
second half though.
Okay.
So I'm gonna miss you.
We had a voicemail about your flip flops on the mat.
Really?
Can we pull that in, Tyrell?
I
from
mostly
Indiana?
take my flip flops.
This was about Ben. This was from back when Ben was telling.
when he was infecting the mats.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I was not. I was keeping the mats cleaner.
Because of pee. Okay. Could we pull that in potentially, Nico? That would be very timely considering the topic. Well, I don't know. Tyrell from Indiana.
Yeah, Tyrell from India.
Tyrell. Anyways, I need Jordan Burroughs is coming out with a line on Rudis. I need them to make jeans, so then I don't have to buy any more jeans ever. I can
JB
go Rudis
jeans.
also.
Yeah, Burroughs
JB jeans. That sounds like a thing. JB jeans.
Yep.
There it is.
It's gonna be bigger than Bugle Boy.
You should just.
Bugle Boy!
I really got you.
It's such a throwback. People my age, it's like, all our moms bought us freaking, at least mine.
I'm surprised you even do jeans, Ben. I'm surprised you just don't go full Danaher and just wear like wrestling attire
Yeah.
all the time. For those who don't know, John
Yeah,
Danaher,
I
a
don't know.
jiu-jitsu
Listen.
coach, just wears a rash guard.
Yep.
24/7. He'll be eating at the nicest restaurant in Austin. Rash guard.
Love it.
I don't find rash guards to be comfortable. I don't really know what he's thinking.
No,
in
rash
that
guards
one.
are not
Like,
comfortable.
They're not comfortable. Like nice T-shirt, nice and comfy. Like this is a Rudis T-shirt, plain blue. My wife's like, "Hey, honey, you look good in that. Wear that." And tonight we might get some mixed up going on.
Is that how
Doesn't
it
have any
works?
logos. There's no AWA. Although maybe when I wear a tank top, then she's really excited.
Yeah. Then she's fired. All right, do we have Tyrell? Can we get Tyrell on the horn? All right, no Tyrell. So,
Man,
Oh, freaking Tyrell!
Daggone
Freaking
it.
Tyrell!
Tyrell's such a tease.
All right, we'll do
Yeah.
Tyrell tomorrow.
you know what, Tyrell tomorrow.
No, it's the no.
JD doesn't know. This
I
is a
actually think.
hatchet job
Sorry,
here.
I'm sure we'll get us back on track. I actually think jeans are relatively comfortable, and the only pair of jeans I bought in Austin, Texas, because the previous only pair of jeans I had tore when I was at your it was a January event in maybe 2021.
I was gonna be
Oh.
Jordan versus David, and then it didn't happen. It was
It
Adeline.
was Adeline and Tamira.
Tamira. Yep.
Yeah. So I tore
this
my
wh-
only jeans there.
Is
I
this
bought a
when
new
you fell
pair.
off the scooter? Because that happened in Austin.
No, that was a different time.
Different time.
I ate it so hard. It was not ideal.
All right, you and Spay, two elite
I'm good at
athletes
falling, though.
wiping out on scooters. Okay, so we had a I don't know who put this topic in here. It wasn't me. Maybe it was Tyler. Maybe it was JD. What storylines are we most excited for the upcoming D1 season? And so a couple options here. And one I'm most excited about, and one that I'm getting more excited about, is what will Spencer Lee look like? Now, he's been on Instagram a lot and just basically doing feats of strength on pull-up bars and making us all look and feel weak. Which, it's obviously not testing his knee, but showing he's in the room, he's focused, he's finally addressing his glaring issue of lack of strength,
Especially in the grip.
very encouraging to see him address that. But yeah, I think it's one of the more interesting things. But honestly, for Spencer, if Vito and Glory go up to 133, man, they're so. I mean, you want to talk about a coronation? That's about as close as it gets to just like.
Once again, assuming he can
bro,
do wrestling moves, which I realize he did without one ACL, but
the version we saw at the collegiate duels, I think probably would have won.
Yes.
would win the field.
Ooh.
It
This
wasn't
year.
that-
Oh, this year.
yeah, this year. Are we
Yeah.
certain that Vito and Glory are moving up? I don't know. I don't know if that's the case.
I have a pretty good intel on this.
I realize it's a tough cut for them, but if I'm in their corner, I'm
think
saying if they can make it, do you want to go?
I mean,
with
one of them.
the thing is, for Pat, he has been so vocal about like wanting the match and Spencer not wrestling him and all the different, the Midlands thing. Because remember the 1 year, this is sort of lost, but 1 year Spencer entered Midlands and then forfeited
Default
out after
semis.
Day
I think
one.
semis or
Or,
whatever.
yeah.
He just did day one and left. And then Patrick, felt a certain kind of way about that, and then they had the
weigh-in
duel
debacle.
thing. Yeah, that whole weird situation. And so yeah, it's kind of like we're kind of want to see the end of that rivalry or see a conclusion there. But I've always thought Pat was really big at 25, but he keeps making it, albeit with difficulty, I would assume. But that's really the thing I'm most interested in 25 is if Glory goes down.
Yeah. Otherwise, it may be a next topic type situation.
Yeah, and maybe it should be anyways.
The other thing at 125 that I'm curious about, and maybe less than I would have been a couple months ago, but Arizona State with Richie Figueroa and Brandon Courtney, like, is there any chance they shuffle that lineup? Is there any way they get Richie in? They both are 125s to me, and they're also good at 33. So I don't know. It's going to be kind of weird if one of those guys is on the bench. But
I
that
think it's
looks
going to
like
be Figueroa
on the bench, or you
Wait,
think
why?
he's
on the bench.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the
Yeah,
bench.
Yeah.
I mean, he isn't at juniors. I think he did fine, but it wasn't like, he's
crazy.
arrived. He's ready to. Brandon Courtney is established, right? And
Yes.
Be tough to bypass him. Crazy as it is, but I think he's gonna. Richard will have to transfer, which I don't think is in the cards. I don't think that's being considered right now.
It's only one more year.
Also, if you stay ready, things happen. Injuries happen. McGee could go down. Something happened to Courtney. He'll have opportunity.
Yes. I agree.
You know what I want?
Tell me.
What do
I
you
want
want?
Spencer Lee to lift himself to 33, and then we get RBY,
Oh my God.
Dayton,
fun.
Spencer Lee, Vito, Glory.
Yeah, that would be insane.
It's not gonna
It'd be,
happen. But
no. Why would you? Why would you? I mean, I said this with Dake. I was like, why would you do this? Why would you go up to 165? Just win 157. You're a four-timer. But Kyle Dake, different sort of dude. But I think Spencer is just a true 25-pounder in every
Yeah, I think he
sense
is
of the
too.
word. And why you would go up there?
to be a legend like Kyle Dake.
He'll be a legend. He'll be a four-time champion
I know.
from Iowa.
Yes. Legend already.
Yeah.
And dominant.
Dominant.
Hey, you know what would be fun? Because Spencer Lee just keeps putting up all these lifting videos. If you guys did some type of combine with these really high level college athletes to see what they could actually do, whether like pull up contest, bench press, squat, hang clean, etc., I would kind of be interested to see how, and this is from my own research, like where they all end up on the spectrum, because obviously some of them are different type of athletes.
Yes. Okay, Ben, you might know this. What is something that can measure your grip strength, your squeezing ability?
I think like a towel hang, like time hang would be something, because it is, because you're gonna have to grip it for a long time, right? Because in a contest like that, like a minute's not gonna win. It's gonna be a couple minutes probably minimum type of thing. The one that I've always said someone should make a device for this, but in wrestling, the ability to squeeze like this, it's a little bit like a row.
Yeah, somebody did make an invention for that. It's called a watermelon.
They're not strong enough. Yeah, this like this. This one, it's kind of like a row, but it's not, because you're also kind of flexing in your biceps. Like, I actually thought of some type of like inflation device where like you can set it to a certain amount of PSI or something, and you can squeeze it, and then let it out. We used to have this. Max. It's actually at Max's place right now. But I used to have this 100-pound, like, I don't know if you've seen those really heavy like sandballs. It was like, it's like they're yellow.
Mm-hmm.
So like my strength and conditioning coach would make me squeeze that, and then do things like do step ups or lunges or something like that. So I'm squeezing while I'm doing another exercise potentially. Like that one, those are always really hard. So yeah, that would be interesting to see how hard they could squeeze something like that.
Yeah, I would like to see that.
Yeah.
So then we could also yell "squeeze" the entire time,
and it's not just being that kind of a wrestling coach, which is good. Okay.
Yeah. The other one that and it is kind of like a deadlift, but just and I can't do this on camera, but lower back strength is like from your knees, having your knees on the ground, and you could even like Velcro them in, but doing like a lower back lift from there. They don't actually have a machine for it, but something, it'd be similar to a deadlift, because there's so many positions in wrestling, whether it's pulling in a leg, on bottom getting back pressure, right, where you're using your hips and lower back to get strong with your upper back and secure the position.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It'd be interesting to make a wrestling specific sort of strength combine. Who's like the actual wrestling strongest wrestler?
It'll be fascinating.
Yes. Okay. Other storylines that we're most excited about. What?
Oh, Keith Gothard's comment in the chat, and then you guys both commented on it.
Oh yeah, he says his son wants to lift for the Dark Lord. He wants to. His mission is to have a 666-pound deadlift.
Oh, wow.
And I say, how demented? I said, for Satan. And then JD says, and the devil laughs. I mean, my goodness. What is going on
What's
here?
next? He's going to crush a Monster Energy drink at the end?
That's right.
Oh, yeah. Don't get me started.
Bottoms up.
Those are the devil as well.
The devil's work.
So 65 for me is probably the most exciting.
Oh, yeah. That's going to be
Keegan,
fun.
Carr, Griffith, Hamidi, Karchla. That's just insane. And I love all those guys. Are so fun to watch.
Does Facundo have a chance with any one of those guys?
No. That was fast.
All right.
Maybe faster than I should have said
it.
it.
Monday. You didn't put Monday up there either.
And Monday. Watch, he's going to beat one of these guys. He'll pick off Hamidi or something. Okay. There's no evidence currently.
Well, Facundo has beaten Hamidi.
Yes.
It was freestyle.
Yes.
But Hamidi got 0 takedowns over the course of 6 minutes. So.
And when was this match?
I don't see it happening. That was
Juniors.
Juniors 2021.
Yeah.
So only a year ago.
I dare say, young DJ has made some strides since.
Well, that was one of those where it's like, how did he get that much better that fast? Because he lost to he lost to Facundo and Caliendo, I believe, at that. And Caliendo was good, obviously, but he lost to both of them. And so you thought, okay, Hamidi's good, but he's not that good. And then he came out and had, a really great NCAAs. And so I'm obviously saying, okay, he's better at folk style than he is at freestyle. That's pretty evident to me because of the style that he wrestles. But the jump he made was still really impressive. So it'd be interesting to see if he can keep that momentum going this year.
I would say if you are looking for who Facundo could make it most interesting with, I say Karchla because of he's a kind of a one takedown kind of guy. Yeah, and that's a dangerous game. Hamidi just it would have to be something where he's so overly aggressive, gives up a takedown, and gives up a lot of riding time or something like that, which I don't know.
There is one thing that I think a lot of people are going to catch on to this year, Christian, that he does that I had never seen before. And then we had actually wrestled his club team. They're called like Callan or something like that. We wrestled them at Illinois dual tournament this spring. Mm-hmm. And they were all doing the thing that Hamidi does. And I don't know if they coached that or if they're doing it because they saw him do it. I don't know the answer to that. But where they go like shoulder post ankle pick. You know what I'm saying? He comes in hard there and then goes and he kind of knocks him back and then grabs the ankle.
Yeah.
So I'm sure now after he's done it for a year, and I don't know how the series flows. I've never seen anyone teach the series, but people are going to be more ready for that than they were this year.
Yeah.
Does that make sense or no?
It does. It does make sense, and it is not a common setup for a takedown. Yeah. But I feel like Dean has so many freaking different attacks. He attacked both sides, and he's really aggressive. So, Listen, this Jared Brooks guy in the chat, he's going on the honey. He is looking for our advice, and a marriage could be hanging in the balance here because he wants to know what he should, some activities to do other than the obvious activity for his honeymoon at the Wisconsin Dells.
Listen, this is a place for children. This is not a place to get romantic with your wife.
Yeah, this is unless your wife just loves and she really gets going when she's on water slides. If she likes water slides a lot, this is a good place. But maybe not. But this is where they're going, Ben. So we have to. I would,
I would find like a secluded cabin somewhere.
Jared, that's what I was gonna say. It is kind of beautiful nature out there.
Beautiful nature.
You know you're going to get good service at the Culver's.
Oh, yeah. You go to the Culver's there, you get, the butter burgers are so good, and you get the crinkle cut fries.
I'd order a cheese curd, maybe a large one.
Oh, get a big one. Yeah, I get a big one, but I can't walk the rest of the day.
I love your guys' Wisconsin accent. They make me
we go there.
So
well, you just a little bit of time, and it just rubs right off. But good luck to Jared. Hope he has a good honeymoon. It's an anniversary honeymoon. I don't know what that even means.
those are two separate things.
Yeah, those are different for me. But have a good trip. I like the Dells. I like the Dells. Would it be my first choice to bring
for a honeymoon? Lady? No way, bro.
No way.
All right, this is like your 100th choice. Are you kidding me?
100th?
100th is not even close. There's 1,000 other places, maybe 1,000. I don't know.
1,000. Well, listen, Ben.
Maybe she really likes water slides.
In America?
Yeah.
No, listen. This is a place to take your small children. Not too small, right? Because they can't swim. But we're saying like ages, 6 to 15 before they get teen, to be too old and they don't want to hang out with you. Somewhere in that range, they can enjoy some go-karts, some mini golfing, some water slides. These type of fun family activities, great place, right?
Awesome.
To be romantic with your wife. Listen, I've been married 12 years. It's been pretty successful so far. So I don't know if I'm in the position to give marriage advice. Listen, if you want to get romantic with your wife, you ain't taking her to the Dells because you hang out with a bunch of one-star people and small children.
One-star people. Listen, this is it's very common that Ben just comes off as an absolute elitist celebrity. But here today this show is the creme de la creme. He's like, I see pants, I take them because they're mine and I want them. And now here, the people of the Dells are 1 star. That just doesn't sit well with me. Me and Maureen, we're quality people.
Have you ever
Daytona or Dells?
Oh my gosh.
Those are the two options.
Don't you can get a beach and you're gonna see your wife in some nice outfit on the beach and you get a little
Some
excited.
NASCAR.
Have you been to Daytona, Ben?
No, I've never been there.
It's
But
a
there's
ru-
beach
it's
in
a-
there. I'm right. There's a beach there, isn't there?
Yes.
Yes, there's a beach in
Okay.
Daytona Beach.
Right.
So I would say, Ben, I mean, you're first of all, you're saying, oh, there's 1,000 better places. There's 1,000. Listen, not everyone can get to these 1,000 places, Bitcoin, Ben. Even though it's on the downturn, we still know. We heard about your closet. We understand what you got a lot of stuff
no,
going
for
for
real
you.
though.
Yeah, plus, I
Greg,
mean, if
Greg Warren, you guys know Greg Warren, the comedian. He's got this bit on One Star People. It's really
Yeah.
tremendous. I recommend it.
Unbelievable.
But Ben, I mean, I
Unbelievable.
feel like we just learned earlier in this show that if you want to get romantic with your wife, all you need is your blue T-shirt or your tank top. So that
Yeah.
seems like
True.
Wisconsin Dells right down the middle. This is exactly.
No,
you
I
know,
just
the
stay
outfit.
home. I just stay home.
You
just-
just say, oh wow.
Send the kids somewhere else.
Wow. Rating the Wisconsin
Oh.
Dells behind your personal residence is just
Yeah,
that's an
hey,
insult.
that's the ultimate flex.
What a slap in the face.
Oh yeah, you know, it's just he's a rude Gus.
you
That one, Ben.
Oh my god, you guys are a piece of work. Hey, I'm watching this Facundo Hamidi match. Hamidi did get a takedown, and guess what the takedown was?
Oh, the little
He
post
posted
ankle.
Old shoulder touch ankle. Yeah.
Wow.
So I mistaken. I said he did not get a takedown. He did get a takedown.
I guess if we're allowed to talk about 165 again, what about Peyton Hall and Demetrius Romero in this mix? That's
You're
pretty
yeah,
spicy.
why aren't
40%.
they in there?
Yeah, Demetrius Romero.
Yes.
Okay, let me know
Not
when he
Demetrius
wrestles.
Romero. Peyton Hall though.
Yeah,
He's fun.
You can't put Peyton Hall and Demetrius Romero in the same sentence
Yeah.
at this point.
That
guy.
I would like to believe he's going to be healthy, and then I would like to see it.
Why would you believe that?
I said I would like to. I would
Yeah,
like to.
Okay, I would like to believe I'll get on the Olympic team while we're just, this guy. Demetrius.
God, you're a year he's been in college. He was in college in Boise State.
He went to Boise State.
multiple years.
Maybe-
multiple
What?
years.
Multiple years at Boise State.
Maybe Gio Martinez
How
comes
is
back.
this
I don't know.
possible? One, two,
Demetrius
three,
Romero
four,
graduated
five,
high
six,
school the
seven,
same
eight.
year as
This-
me.
Guys, he's in his 8th year of college. What are we doing here?
Devon Meachus is telling him it's time.
No, let him. No, come on.
Listen, I'm all for it. I'm all to take
Let
as
that
much
guy
eligibility
in.
as you can, but I'm not. He can do that, and I hope he wrestles awesome. But I'm not putting him in the Peyton Hall category for
All right, fine.
a while.
Leave him out. I
What
still
do you
want
do
to
with 8
see
years
him.
of college, though? Guys, I know this is only the second person that's ever done it that we know of. Who's a wrestler, obviously. What are you doing with 8 years of college? What I mean, literally, what are you doing?
You're getting you prolong out your masters. Maybe
And, I mean-
work towards a doctorate. I don't know.
Miocic at least had like Olympic years, and in Olympic years you cannot attend college classes or a minimum amount, or there, there's a maximum amount of college classes you can attend. Romero has had no Olympic red shirts. That means he's actually been in college class. I mean, this dude better have a doctorate.
Yeah. Dan Seafrink says he's going 74, so we're not going to get to see it anyway.
Darn it,
So forget about it. But Peyton Hall, where's he fit in this mix?
dude.
at
He
65?
could beat some of these
Well,
guys. You see
he's
his
gotten a
match
lot
with
better.
Hamidi? He's super good. I mean, he gave Keegan some really competitive matches. That's because they're both mix it up guys.
Well, let's not get too extreme there. Their first one was a 13-4 major decision, and their second one
The
was
second one,
13-7. He got a takedown.
7
And,
points is not an insignificant amount of points.
Well, let's just say I don't think it'll be that close next time, and yeah, I'll just leave it at that.
Okay, leave it at that then.
All right.
I choose to.
He's good. I'm a Peyton Hall fan. I like
Yeah,
him.
I don't think he's. I think Carr would be a bad matchup for him. I think Griffith would be interesting. Hamidi,
Yeah.
he and Hamidi had a really competitive match, but he's probably in that second tier for 165.
Yes.
Of note, just thinking about David Carr moving up, Kevin Dresser confirmed
Dresser.
in a Stalemates interview this past weekend, Casey Sadurski is going to be a go at 141.
Ooh.
Oh
this
my
season.
God.
Unless something goes off course, but the plan is he's going to be a go at 141.
What about Ian Parker? How does he factor in?
Well, Ian Parker is now a
I
coach.
thought he was
No.
done. Yeah, he's
You're
coaching
kidding.
at like
At
West
Army.
Point.
He has to be done.
Coaches at other schools are still on the table. We know that.
That's the thing. You want to rule it out. You want to
Hey,
rule it
1-4
out.
episode.
Let me know second semester where Ian Parker is, because that guy, I think he has to wrestle 141 for Iowa State moving forward. It's like when the programs just named the head coach a certain thing. It's like I think he's just the 141 spot is just Ian Parker's moving forward.
He's been sentenced to 141 for life.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this was fun. Let's get to some questions.
Well, hold on. So 65 is the most fun weight class.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping storylines develop in a few others because I'm not that excited about some of these other ones. But 197 is also was fun last year. Should be fun again this year.
Yes, AJ Ferrari. I don't know why I emphasize the J.
AJ.
Maybe I'll call him that now. Just a little change up there. You know, who knows what syllables you emphasize. But how healthy is this guy going to be? Max Dean going to have another year under his belt at 197, a weight where, you know, up until probably last summer, he probably didn't know he was going to go 197. And so he'll be maybe a little bit bigger, maybe not, but theoretically better. Everyone knows he's the guy to beat at 197, AJ and Max. Potential showdown. I'm not ruling Max Dean out.
No, especially not until we see AJ back.
Even that the best version of AJ we've seen, I'm not ruling Max Dean out in that matchup because.
Well, and are we getting the best version? I mean, he's been out for how long now?
Yep.
Who knows? And then, I mean, there's other guys. I think Younger's interesting. I think Stephen Buchanan.
Plus another year of training folk style for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of these guys I think can make it interesting.
I think Penn State is dueling Lehigh at Lehigh, and so Michael Beard, Max Dean, like just with that drama.
I forgot about that.
I think you got to lean Max Dean, but man, who doesn't want to watch that match?
We need the AJ Ferrari Bastida rematch.
That's right.
They got beef. Remember?
That's right. Thigh pry.
Yeah, the old thigh pry. 1-on-2.
Oh, that was so funny. That was why AJ Ferrari got mad at me. But listen, I didn't advise you to grab his junk. You just did that.
Well, it's not.
It was on camera. The whole world saw it. It was the most. Well, I was dying laughing, guys. That was so freaking funny.
Yeah, you lost your mind. I remember that.
Oh my god, it was the funniest thing because, like, I mean, listen, I'm sure it's happened other times. I'm sure of that. Never ever have I seen on camera another man grab another man's junk like that. Ever.
I mean,
never seen it.
Bastida literally stopped wrestling
and pointed at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even know where to go.
It was like a comedy skit.
Somebody send that clip to me.
Yeah. I can't believe you lost it, JD.
I know. Should have bookmarked.
Yeah, 197 might be one of the more fun weights. It was really fun last year. We haven't even said Jacob Warner's name. He was in the finals last year. Buchanan's obviously awesome. Yeah, it's gonna be a really good weight. And I you could say that Dean and Ferrari are probably the class of the weight, but I think similar to last year 197, the margins are
deep.
pretty narrow. Although at the end of yeah. Right now, how about this? If you have to set a line right now, you're Las Vegas. Who are you making the favorite right now at 197? Are you
Ferrari.
Still?
Yes.
Sight unseen.
He's the Vegas odds-on favorite, yeah.
If you're Vegas, yeah. If you're an actuary, plotting out like risk factors and stuff, then you're like
an actuary.
Yes.
Like actuary.
if you're factoring in like all things that could happen that would take him out of the competition, not just the matches, then I think it's a tougher sell.
But that's what you are. That's what Vegas is.
I don't know.
Oh my God.
They call it the actuary of the desert.
But Vegas has the benefit of like they can change it all the time.
Most people would put their money on Ferrari.
Yeah.
If it's even odds, meaning
that's why you said it that way.
Because it's not.
I don't know.
Yeah,
there's just so many variables. I don't know.
If you're trying to figure out,
are we saying you got to bet today because we don't know if he's gonna like?
Remember, Vegas does it based off of like who would put their money where, not necessarily.
Right. Here's what I think. I think if you make AJ Ferrari a favorite, I think people would hammer the field.
Well, you don't make Max Dean plus money. You don't make. He's a very slight favorite. Max Dean is still negative money.
Okay.
But the entire field is not going to be a bet either. It's going to be Ferrari and then.
Of course,
guy,
hammer the
and
field
guy,
if it's
this
Ferrari
guy,
field.
Yeah. If it's Ferrari versus every single other person, it's a lot of people's.
Okay.
Especially if it's today, because if it's today, we get the bet today, then there's a chance he gets injured or ineligible or who knows, right? I mean, there's a lot of things that can happen if we do it today. And then obviously if he's out of the field, you win because you have every other person.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of times injury voids a bet, but in an individual sport.
That's part of it.
He's right in fighting. But yeah, I mean, well, if you were betting today on a champion, I think there would be something where it said injury doesn't void the bet. But yeah, I mean, he's right. Like in a fight day or something, if there's injury and the fight's called off, you get your money back.
Do you get your money back if the fight's called off for a reason other than injury?
I think yes. If the fight does not take place, if both combatants do not step in the cage, the money is returned.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, this Hamidi Facundo match, I continued to watch it after we got distracted by the honeymoon. Dude, Hamidi was in one time, and they were in a really, really crazy scramble. And then he was in a second time, and he got to like a quad pod position. And he was not able to break Facundo down, but obviously that would have been a takedown in folk style.
Okay, gotcha.
So folk style, maybe you're obviously saying Hamidi is the favorite.
Are you not?
Again, no, he's the favorite.
Okay,
for sure. Yeah.
I hope I'm not on.
But given the fact that Facundo's won previous matches, obviously some people may say that's not the case.
Yes. Sorry to circle back to the Dells, but Larry Jensen is suggesting the Edge of Dells adult campground. Is there a thing called an adult campground?
Listen,
Googling that.
Do not Google that.
I just told you about one-star people in the Dells, and you're going to want to go to an adult campground.
I think this guy's just suggesting it.
You might need to go see Jesus.
Well, that's great advice. Yeah. Okay. So I didn't know, but Bray's more of a camper. I guess you camp something. You three are campers. I would never camp.
I'm not that horrible. I'm a
terrible. What a horrible idea.
Dude, you're missing out.
You don't like being in nature?
No, I do. I love being in nature. And then at the end of the day, I go take a nice shower.
I'm going to Google it because I'm not scared,
indoors.
Christian. I'm going to tell you about it.
Well, you're not on a FloWrestling computer.
21 and older campground located at the edge of the Wisconsin Dells.
Probably for liquor license purposes, I'm hoping.
That sounds like Swinger City to me. Oh, my gosh. This is where they do wife swap. It's not good. Not good.
Oh, my God.
Don't go to this place. Larry Jensen says Google it. Well, man.
Be careful. Pull up an incognito browser for that one.
Yeah. That Google
will
will never
I
know.
looked at TripAdvisor. I went to a bachelor party weekend and was blown away by the awesome service.
Oh, I bet he was.
The fish fry was good. And then the Bloody Mary bar.
Oh, yeah, you get a good walleye there. It's a nice white fish.
Man, it seems like a place you run into a couple cotton farmers. And
oh, my gosh. Yeah.
You know.
Bray is referring to a time where at the Southern Scuffle, we were basically propositioned by a family of cotton farmers. Yeah, that was a weirder night. We didn't take them up on any.
Y'all just put out those vibes. Sorry.
we put out down to swap vibes. We're not open to that. But then in a moment of confusion, it probably confused the cotton farmers that David Bray would later run naked through the streets of Chattanooga afterwards.
That was
y'all just put out those vibes.
Hey, that was a solo activity though.
That was a solo. Yeah, that was a solo mission. Okay. I don't know what
there's some very on TripAdvisor. There's some kind of funny reviews here.
Read one.
Let's see. Hold it go. Yeah, I didn't have a funny one right now. I'll find a funny one and we'll go there. Okay.
Who do you guys
predict? This place, Edge of EOD is what. So I think EOD is end of day, but it's Edge of Dells.
Yeah.
It has never disappointed Gina Z from Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Oh, she
her
loves
crew of
it.
13 plus will always be back.
See?
Oh yeah, Gina brings the whole crew out there.
13 plus, man.
That's a party.
It's
That's
nice.
a party.
It's nice not having the little tykes running around. All right.
Here's a good one. This was by far the worst campground I have ever been to in my entire life. The Memorial Weekend after weather was not the facility's fault, but the idea of what this place was and not following through was the facility's fault. What type of campground has a midnight quiet time when there is a strip club 200 yards away, a bar on site, and the bouncers at the strip club are the same guys running the campgrounds?
I may need to visit this place.
These
You
are-
know, you might have swung me.
They're asking great questions. I would like the answers as well. It's like, yeah, this is a. Well, that is midnight is a pretty early for an adult.
Larry Jetson says the strip club is called Chubby's.
No.
Oh, no.
No.
That's a famous.
These are
there's,
cheese.
there's billboards everywhere called Cruising Chubbies. I've never been there, but I think Josh Wagner has.
Oh, Josh Wagner. Chubbies. These are some cheese-fed gals
too
there.
much fun.
These are some sturdy ladies.
I don't think that's what they're referring to.
I just figured. You know, I've never been to one of those, but my goodness. Now my stomach's it's getting nervous thinking about cheese. You know how my belly gets. Can we move on, or should we not, or should we just
The
quit?
I think we should
EOD
probably
the
just
EOD will
end
do
the
things
show.
with cheese you've never heard of.
Oh, wow. Well, you know, we
I'm
can call
dying,
it.
How did they know the guys running the strip club were the same guys running the campground? And how are they at both places at one time? Is no one else wondering this?
I don't know. It sounds like a decent business to be in. Adult. Well, they're symbiotic, I
You
would
can
say.
hand out coupons at the campground. You hand out coupons to the strip club.
Yeah, you don't go to the slides and start handing out Chubby's coops. But if you're at the adult campground, then maybe.
I think
so.
that's why they have that they enforce the noise curfew after midnight. You want to be loud, you got to go over to Chubby's. That's your
Yeah.
way out.
Good.
Oh,
good
wow.
decision right there.
It's a great idea.
Monopolized noise.
Yeah. I almost made a joke. I'm not going to. All right, we're gonna go. 9:33.
Hey, before we go, we got the Tyler from Indiana voicemail ready to
Oh
go.
yeah.
I think
that was
with how
Tyrell, not Tyler.
Tyrell. With how off the rails
Tyrell.
this last 5 minutes has gone, I think it's a good one to end on. Ben actually might not appreciate, but David Bray, CP, and all fans of I Think You Should Leave
Let's go, Tyrell.
definitely will.
Okay, got it.
Leaf. What is that?
Let's play it.
Tyrell,
Hey, this is Tyrell from Indiana. I just wanted to let you know that on Ben's sandals, it's got nothing to do with piss. And if you go to the site, calicosandals.com, right now we can prove it. That's got nothing to do with piss. Those sandals came like that.
Okay.
I don't get it.
I know.
What am I missing?
You've got to watch I Think You Should Leave, and then you would definitely get it. If you watch I Think You Should Leave, you're definitely laughing right now. If you don't, you don't understand it at all. And that's on you.
I have
because
no idea.
This show has been telling you to watch this show since like 2019. Basically the funniest show ever. And there's a skit on it about this guy that wears pants that has piece that never mind. It's too long. It's actually the longest skit in I Think You Should Leave. But
Watch I Think You Should Leave if you're into that sort of thing.
if you're into laughing, would definitely recommend it. And with that, we're gonna go. We did the show. We'll be back tomorrow. No show Thursday. No show Thursday.
No one's here. I'm not showing up. No one else is either.
It's a no-show job.
No show job.
No show job. In honor of the fallen Tony Sirico, Paulie Galtieri.
R.I.P.
Rest in peace to a true legend. I mean that sincerely. Give someone one of these right here and say. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for listening. We'll be back tomorrow. Shane Sparks is coming on.
Uh-oh.
We'll be all right. See it. Keith Gothard says, great, average, okay show. Well, thanks a lot, Keith. With friends like you, who needs enemies? See you guys. Bye.